and low crossflow velocity, the energy goes up. And here you can see that the control, where the high flux in the lead end element and low crossflow, we lost 47.8% of our flow, whereas when you use the internal stage design, matter of fact, we've run 2 years without a cleaning versus control where we had it cleaned about every 6 weeks. So it gives you a good indication. Same feed water, that controlling the flux and the crossflow velocity is a good way to control the biofouling in a seawater RO plant. So in conclusion, okay, all have been configured at this site in the Caribbean with this internally staged design. We only get a 10% increase in delta P in the control, but there is a 35% increase in operating. But when you use the ISD design, you hit no increase, the delta P stays about 1 to 2%, and there's only about a 3% increase. And in the last slide is the research that we're doing both in Singapore and at CAUS. We're looking to isolate these glycoproteins from algae and bacteria. What is their effect on VBNC induction resuscitation? Compare the algae to acidic glycoprotein. Very important, and it's a very easy assay. Look at the lectin-like activity of the seawater. Then, of course, how are we going to control other than flux and crossflow? Well, can you remove these acidic glycoproteins from the RO feed? And what is the effect of flux on individual glycoproteins to the membrane surface? Okay, thank you very much.
Hello. Well, we'll take a couple of questions. I guess we'll take a couple of questions right now, and then we will have a panel discussion again before or after the final morning speaker. But if there's anybody who would like to ask a question right now, please let us know. Yeah, Harry.
Yeah, Harvey. VBNC. It's a great terminology, but I never liked the term VBNC because of the NC part. It's simply that we don't know how to culture the organisms that we classify as VBNC. It's not that they're non-culturable. We just don't know how to culture them. And if we shift to a different medium, we will invariably capture a different population of the VBNC each time we change medium.
Yeah, but basically, you see, if you take a organism like Pseudomonas, which grows on 2216, very rich nutrients, you can now induce it to not grow on that medium, okay? So it was able to grow. That's the definition. It was able to grow on that media, okay? You now have made a way to make it not grow, and then you can also now resuscitate it to have it back growing. So that is the definition of VBNC.
Such a thing as an irreversibly inactivated microorganism, and I can prove it to you.
No, I know, I know.
All right.
That, but,
so just
yeah.
because a cell stains with DAPI does not mean it's still viable.
But the best technique is the live dead, okay?
I would have to part company there as well. It's a technique. I don't necessarily agree it's the best technique.
Yeah. Well, and the elongation is another way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've noted the diverging opinions here.
We can talk about it.
Well, yeah. At the panel discussion we can pick up on it, but that's interesting. Any other questions? Okay, with that, we'd like to thank you, Harvey, and we'll get back up here later.